I bought something. I'm so excited about this plant. Again, we live in Connecticut and we just try and grow as many different things as we are able to. Today I'm starting seeds. This is gonna be a complete disaster because that's how I do things. Whoopsies.
Is that moped lady?
They're the equivalent of like a tomato tree. They're so huge. Anyway, but why am I holding my hands up? My name is Crystal. We live in Connecticut and today I'm in the garden. I'm going to be starting seeds. I already harvested a bunch of stuff yesterday and I have so many things in the kitchen that I need to process and either can or freeze or something. I have to do something with them or eat. So apparently it's fall time here in Connecticut. It's August 19th, 2023 and it's eerily cool and very cloudy, and when we were driving just now there were leaves falling around the car and I got very confused about what time of the year it is. So we went shopping this morning because we needed chicken feed, so we went to Tractor Supply and I got a bag of chicken feed and then they had a clearance section, which is really exciting for me. So I went over there and I picked up a few things, including this really cool nozzle that extends to 72 inches and it's got 4 different settings for the hose. We got a pressure washer nozzle so it turns any hose into a pressure washer. For $3.50 we got one of those solar thermometer that tells us the high and low temperatures, and it'd be really good for a nice greenhouse that I don't have. What else did we get? Oh, we got like a package of carabiners, clips, snaps and clips and things. And then I did grab seeds, but those weren't a good price. The packets of organic seeds were only were $3 a packet, and at this point, especially since it's fake fall time, I thought that they would be a little bit cheaper and they weren't. So I told them never mind, I don't want those, so they took them back. And then on the way home I remembered I had rewards points at a local garden nursery that's only good in August. So I bought something. I bought a plant. I'm so excited about this plant. I got a hardy, I almost said kiwi, a hardy orange. I've seen these before. I've researched them before, and it wasn't really appealing to me to get it until today because I had $17 in rewards points. It's self-pollinating. I only need one. I'm not going to be including this in the video today because I want to research about it more, and I also want to figure out where I'm going to plant it. I always do that. I buy plants. We still have 3 trees. We have a cherry tree and 2 almond trees that we need to plant, and I haven't done that yet either. The hardy orange, it's also called a flying dragon. They're like mini oranges and you would use them mostly for medicinal purposes, but I'm sure there's other recipes for them. The one thing I do know is that they can be semi-invasive, similar to the hardy kiwi that we're growing. They just need to be pruned, maintained, and I'm really excited to have something very different growing here at the homestead. Again, we live in Connecticut and we just try and grow as many different things as we are able to. We have the normal things like apples, pears, grapes, cherries, and then we also have our hardy kiwi vines that barely produce anything, but we're working on it. Now we have this, going to be adding this hardy orange. We also grow blueberries and strawberries, all the basic things that people grow, but we also try and grow a large variety of stuff. We also bought a little while ago, I'll go get it. It's called a box huckleberry. I haven't found a place for this either, but we got this too. It's a whortleberry. We're really excited to try these new things here. Today I'm starting seeds. This is gonna be a complete disaster because that's how I do things. Whoopsies. I already got all my labels ready. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go through the garden and cut out plants that aren't producing anymore and they're pretty much died back. I kind of have a plan in my head of where the seeds are gonna go, but that really means nothing because once I'm out here I usually change my mind about everything. So I'm gonna fix my ponytail and then we're gonna get started. This is our San Marzano tomato bed and a couple of the plants are still alive and kicking, and the rest of them have completely expired. They're done. They produced early and then they just died back. They're determinate plants, I believe. They really only produce what they're gonna produce and then that's it. I'm gonna harvest everything, even the green ones, and cut some of these plants out. I've already got beets in here starting to come up, and I'm gonna start some other things in here. how the bed looks now. I got all the plants in there. Here is the tomatoes that I got off of them. The first thing I'm going to sow in this bed are these Ideal Market beans that I just got from MIgardener. And that's what the seed packet looks like. And that's what the seeds look like. I've never grown these before. I'm gonna do 2 seeds, about 1/2 inch down. I'm just gonna do them along the bamboo stakes that I have in here. And then I have these inverted tomato cages because tomato cages by themselves usually aren't that great. So I have inverted tomato cages with poles and all kinds of things going on. Inside of that, I'm gonna try and get some more zucchini. We didn't have a super great zucchini year. I got a good harvest, just not as big as I normally get. Like I still have a ton of zucchini inside. And I have another plant growing in a container. These are just the Dollar Tree dark green zucchini. It's just seeds I have left over. I'm gonna start 3 of them, I think. And I already have beets in here, so I think maybe we'll sow some carrots. These are the Dulcinea carrots from Fruition seeds. I'm just gonna sprinkle them in the front here. And on this side, I'm going to put the early summer crookneck squash in. I had the Tendergreen improved bush garden beans over on the side. I think I'm gonna put them some back here. That's what the packet looks like, the back. And I already got a label. There's a label in here, but we'll put a new one in. The dates are wrong. I don't know what I was doing. Ooh, these seeds do not look good at all. They've never looked like that before. I'll sow them anyway, but they don't look that great. See how those do. This arch here is, we have our winter squash growing. We have honey nut and butternut squash, and they always do really well on this trellis. The spaghetti squash is meh, but every year I have trouble with spaghetti squash. No matter where I grow it, it's always a struggle. Same thing with the acorn squash. They just don't do well for some reason. The butternut and honey nut squash do just fine. I might clean it up and bury the stem. This is a summer squash that produced a lot. It was an early prolific straight neck squash, so that's coming out. Spaghetti squash is gonna come out, and the other spaghetti squash I'm going to try and help out also. We're gonna do what we can do. Over here, I'm going to be putting the golden ball turnips that I just got from MIgardener. And I'm just gonna sprinkle some seeds in here, cover them up a little bit. I am doing a terrible job opening the seed packet. I have completely butchered the seed packet. It is not opening for me. Those are the seeds in there. And that is what they look like. And we're just gonna sprinkle them in. Up to 2 weeks to germinate, and then 50 days till maturity. I started some zucchini last week with the Dollar Tree seed, and I see they're sprouted. I'm gonna let them both go in here because something might eat the other one, most likely. Over here I have a Rosita eggplant that is struggling. It is not doing well. In here in the front of it I have French breakfast radishes from Dollar Tree, but I'm going to sow the black Nebula carrots. Here's what the seeds look like. That's what the back of the packet looks like. The seeds look like. Stick the label in with the wrong date on it. These are ground cherries. I've grown ground cherries successfully a couple different years. Steve loves them, and they were an afterthought because I didn't start any because I wasn't sure where I was going to put them. So I ended up starting them late and then transplanting them in here, and they are just, they're not doing well. I'm going to start these old radish seeds. They're from 2020.
Redo the entire halves again anyways.
Oh, the walkways?
Yeah. With good fabric.
They're doing okay. We have a couple bags of the biscuits.
I know.
What are those called? Pine
Nuggets.
bark nugget, pine bark biscuits. So I just spent quite a while. Steve came out and helped me. They're crazy enormous. They're like,
Is that moped lady?
they're the equivalent of like a tomato tree. They're so huge. Anyway, but why am I holding my hands up? I'm really excited about our oranges that we bought. Isn't that exciting?
Make some marmalade.
I don't know what we're gonna make with it. I'm gonna read up more about it, and then I'll do a video when we decide where we're gonna plant it and plant it. That'll do it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are enjoying your garden wherever you are, and we will see you next time. Bye!